Hi, you're welcome to the first topic of the program. As we mentioned in our introductory part, the four topics we are going to deal with, and like I said, we'll be taking them in modules, one topic at a time. Now, the first topic of the course is accident analysis. What is accident? We'll ask. And is defined as an unplanned, unpredicted event or occurrence that leads to an unpleasant reaction or unpleasant cause. So if we have to understand what accident is, and our main objective here is to prevent potential accidents from happening, then we have to understand what causes or what is the cause or causes of accident, so that we can now tackle the main cause, and in so doing avert accidents from happening. So we start with the first, which is ancestry and social environment. Ancestry and social environment refers to a person's heredity: short, tall, big, small. Social exposure, educational background, religious beliefs, all these things influences the man, influences the way he thinks. And it's based on all these things here about the man that makes him act in such a way, makes him do something. And that is where we say leads to what? Faults of persons. We are saying faults of persons here because accident is a negative thing. So if you do a good thing, it's not going to affect, and it's not going to cause an accident because it's good, it's safe. Well, we say faults of person because it's the negative things that the man, based on his training, educational value, everything, now turns to faults of persons. That is the way he acts. And the faults of persons now, based on this, leads to the unsafe acts and unsafe condition. Unsafe acts are those actions, things you do that are not safe, that pose danger to yourself and others around you. So what are you going to do? And the other part is unsafe conditions. When conditions are not safe for people to work in. Maybe no ventilation, heat so much, and you are working with something that produces more heat. So you now lack oxygen. You see, that condition is unsafe. Or when you enter a tank to go and clean with no oxygen and end up suffocating, that condition unsafe. Or when there are machine parts, you're working in a machine that rotates and you have loose clothes on, that part unsafe. You see, so anything you are going to do within a situation, in the condition that the condition does not or will affect your health internally and physically, unsafe acts. Conditions, like I said, those places that pose a danger to yourself becomes the unsafe conditions. And when these things happen, when there is an unsafe act and or unsafe conditions, the resultant effect is what? Accident. Example, you go to weld in a place where there are gas, flammable gas or flammable liquid in a place, and you are working, which is unsafe. One, you're doing welding with a source of with the source of ignition, and there is that gas or flammable fluid there, you see, the two conditions have met, then what are you thinking of? The next thing is what? Bam, explosion, accident. Accident will lead what? Injuries. Injuries, death, illnesses, damage to equipment or infrastructure, machineries. You know, injury here stands for total damage after an accident. Now, why do we learn all these things? Why are we talking about all these things? Because we want to now identify a specific factor here that we can change or we can remove. Because these things are all linked like a chain. And if you are chained and you want to set free yourself, what do? Break the chain. And that is why this is a chain that we have to break. Which one can we break? Ancestral and social environment. Can you break the heredity, experience, everything about human being? You can't, because it's there already. You met him with all those things. Faults of persons, can you break it? No. It is his thinking that will now, based on all these things, he now commits this. This is thinking, the faults, the negative aspect of it. And can you change unsafe acts and unsafe conditions? Yes. Because when he is doing something unsafe, you can see. Or any other person can see, can measure, can correct, can stop. Unsafe conditions. Yes. When you see that that gas I spoke of is leaking or the fuel is doing, you can change it by what? Removing one part away. Don't bring them together. Now you see where that is. So, accidents. Can you change? No. You can't change accident because it has already occurred. We call it an accident, what has occurred. You can't relive yesterday. You can't turn back the clock. That minute that is gone, is gone. You can bring it back. Can you change injuries or damage that has been done? No, that has been done. Even if you renovate or take percentage, you have not changed it because it has happened. So, ladies and gentlemen, you discover that in accident analysis, we have now broken back knowing the cause, what causes an accident. And you find that what is the result when you have an, what is the effect of an ancestral and social environment, faults of persons? What is the effect of faults of persons, unsafe acts and unsafe conditions? What is the effect? The cause of this, that. Because of this, that. So, if you have broken it into all these stages and we have identified that number 3 is the one that we can change. So our concentration in every safety program, basic safety that every employee in the industry should be trained and be aware of, is on unsafe acts and unsafe conditions. So we are now going to concentrate on that. How are we going to change unsafe acts and unsafe conditions?